Now, a few members of our amazing community recommended that I make a video about what happens to the gifts that the royal children and members of the royal family receive. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you to everyone who recommended this video. Let's get into it. Every Christmas Day, as members of the royal family attend church at Sandringham and take part in traditional walkabouts, well-wishers offer gifts ranging from chocolates and flowers to teddy bears and cuddly toys. While these gestures are warmly received, there is a carefully managed protocol that governs what happens to these items once they are handed over. This process is not about rejecting kindness, but about ensuring safety, hygiene, and practicality for the royal family, while also respecting the goodwill behind each gift. Sandringham, like all royal residences, operates under strict security arrangements. While exact details are not publicly disclosed, it is widely understood that all gifts are subject to security screening. This includes chocolates, toys, cards, and flowers. The checks are carried out by royal security teams as part of standard operating procedures. In broad terms, the process is comparable to airport-style security screening, ensuring that no item poses a risk before it is cleared. So what happens to food and chocolate gifts? Edible items, including chocolates and sweets, are rarely consumed by adult members of the royal family when handed over during public walkabouts. This is due to food safety and security considerations. Once checked, these items are usually safely disposed of, donated where appropriate if unopened, or politely declined before ever reaching the family. Now, many of you yesterday might have seen Prince Louis take the chocolate. It is probably unlikely that he will eat it, but obviously, he was very excited to receive it. And if he does eat it, it would only be after it has been thoroughly checked and safely cleared. Flowers and their journey after the walkabout. Flowers are warmly accepted during walkabouts, but they are typically passed to an aide soon after. A number may be briefly displayed or planted in the royal gardens, but many are composted or responsibly disposed of due to volume and freshness concerns. However, when it comes to most members of the royal family, many do display flowers in gardens or plant them within palace grounds. After that, according to reports, they are eventually disposed of. Teddy bears, cuddly toys, and gifts for the children. Soft toys are among the most touching gifts, particularly those given by children to the royal children. All toys are still subject to security checks, regardless of who they are intended for. Once cleared, these toys are generally not kept permanently by the royal children. Instead, many are donated to children's hospitals, hospices, and charitable organizations supported by the royal family. It is very rare for any of these gifts to be kept permanently by members of the royal family. So, what happens if a gift is given directly to a royal child? On occasions when a royal child is personally handed chocolate, a teddy bear, or a small gift during a walkabout, the protocol remains the same. The item is usually taken by a parent or aide shortly afterward and passed to security staff for checking. For food items, this means they are almost never eaten, even if given directly to a royal child. However, in some cases, particularly with non-food items, a toy may be temporarily returned to the child after screening, especially if it poses no risk and is practical to keep. Even then, such items are often later donated to charity, rather than kept long-term. The same procedures apply to gifts given to adults and children alike. This is not a reflection of distrust, but a necessity of public life, ensuring safety without discouraging public generosity. So in other words, these are simply the royal rules. Despite the strict protocol, royal aides frequently emphasize how much the family values these gestures. The smiles exchanged during walkabouts and the excitement of children offering gifts remain a cherished part of the Sandringham Christmas tradition. Through careful vetting and thoughtful redistribution, the kindness shown by the public continues to make a meaningful impact, often far beyond the moment the gift is given. And of course, I have no direct confirmation of this. All of this is according to reports on what the royal family does with these gifts.